In the morning now? Okay. Is it low enough? I already got the middle.
Hi there, I'm Jimmy Gibbons, Deputy Chief of Emergency Medical Services, Atlanta Fire Rescue Department. Couple of housekeeping notes: please keep your mask on at all times. Please use your hand sanitizer. And one other thing, please social distance as much as you can. We want everybody to be safe. Thank you. Maybe seated, Chief. It's my pleasure to introduce the MC for this evening's Atlanta Fire Rescue graduation. Shirley Ann Smith is the founding executive director of Atlanta Fire Rescue Foundation, joined the foundation back in August 2016. Shirley Ann brings over a decade of nonprofit management experience, including significant leadership roles with the Girl Scouts. Shirley Ann, she's successful experience in nonprofit fundraising, event management, and operations. Shirley Ann, thanks for being here tonight. Thank you for this event. Well, Shirley Ann Smith.
Good evening. To the families, first and foremost, let me say this. Are you all excited? I know that it has been a very, very long journey, and we promise to kick it off just in time. First, I just want to thank you all for coming and making it here safely, for continuing to abide by the mask and the hand sanitizer. We do it all in your safety. I'm excited and honored to be here this evening as your MC, as I've been proud to really be part of the last couple of graduations. It really brings me so much joy to be able to share this moment alongside with you and our recruits. Right now, if you could please stand and remain standing as we welcome the Atlanta Fire Rescue graduating class 2019-2. Please remain standing as the Atlanta Fire Rescue Honor Guard presents the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated. Chaplain Johns, will you join me up front for a short invocation?
Good evening, everyone. Please bow your heads for prayer. Eternal God, Father, we come once again before you, Lord God, with thanksgiving and with praise. Thank you, Father God, for this hour. Thank you, Father God, for time that you set apart to honor the graduates, to honor those that have worked so hard over this past year. We thank you, Lord God, for your presence in this space today. We pray that everything is done decently in order and that you're glorified for everything that takes place here. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Before I ask our first speaker to come up, I also want to recognize the apparent 147 viewers that are joining us live right now virtually, which means that we have lots of loved ones here joining us virtually for all of you. So congratulations for that. Hopefully we'll see some of those numbers go up as we go along. It's also a little strange to see myself kind of in delayed time on the screen. If I could please have First Deputy Chief Kennedy for special remarks.
Thank you, Ms. Shirley Ann Smith. Shirley Ann Smith is probably the only person within our fire department family that we say her whole name. And when we don't call her by her last name, we say Shirley Ann. But thank you very much for that introduction. My remarks will be really, really short. I'm actually not on the program, so that gives me 30 extra minutes. But I originally came up here and I was going to talk about perseverance to the men and women who are joining the Atlanta Fire Rescue Department team. Perseverance is always a big thing. Keep pushing regardless of what. But some of y'all know how I operate, and it doesn't always work out that way. So what I did, I would like to give you guys 10 commandments, no pun intended, but the 10 commandments of making the best out of your journey, because this is truly a journey. Many people refer to their occupations as a job. Many will say this is a profession. Many others will say that this is an occupation, profession, a career, whatever it is. For us, in my opinion, this is the journey. This is a journey that you will always remember. The past year of training, you will always reflect back on these experiences that you've had. So this is the journey, and guess what? The good part is the journey is not over. It's really just beginning. So the 10 commandments, that gives me 30 minutes, right? No 30? All right, so I always talk about the five commandments of making the best out of a journey. I jotted them down just in case I decided to change them again. But the first commandment is to be authentic in everything that you do. Everything that you do, be authentic, be genuine. Never do anything just to do. Never do anything with any type of ill intent within your heart, within your will. Be authentic and genuine in everything that you do. And I promise you that you will be well on your way to making the best of your journey. Commandment number 2 is to be innovative. You're going to have issues and problems. You're going to have circumstances and situations that come up. They're always going to come up. They're never going to stop. Don't look at those situations as problems. Don't look at them and perceive them as obstacles. Look at them as an opportunity to solve a problem, to solve an issue, to remove an obstacle, and the list goes on. Everybody tracking so far? That's that second commandment. The third commandment is to stay on go. A long time ago, someone said, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Y'all know the story. I won't even go anymore. But my biggest piece on that particular commandment is that if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Always be ready for that tap. Always be ready for that push, that nudge, and be ready. Everybody tracking still. All right, I'm gonna go into high gear right now. We're wrapping it up. I see Miss Shirley Ann flagging at me saying, okay, it's time. The fourth commandment is create a competitive advantage. That creating a competitive advantage is not for the person who you're competing against. It's for yourself. The only person you can lose to is yourself. Regardless of where you come out in the rankings, you can still win regardless. Create that competitive advantage for yourself. So whenever you're the test and so forth that you all took, that's just the beginning. For the remainder of your career, you will be taking tests and certification and tests and practicals and all these other good things that will get you further along within this particular journey. Always create that competitive advantage for yourself. Finally, and most importantly, the biggest commandment of all, this is the 5th commandment out of the original 10. Thank you, Ms. Shirley. But the 5th commandment is disengage in your distractions. Distractions often during the journeys. We know that journeys will have meandering curves. We know that journeys are going to have the dips and the valleys. We know that journeys will have those tall hills that we have to climb. Disengage from any distraction that takes you off task from accomplishing whatever you want that journey to accomplish. That concludes my special remarks, if you will, and my edited remix version of the 10 Commandments of making the best out of your journey. Best wishes and congratulations to each of you.
So families, Chief Kennedy wants to joke about my name as it's Shirley Ann or Shirley Ann Smith or Miss Sass in some cases. But while some may know him as First Deputy Kennedy, he's also Doc Kennedy for his PhD, which he has so righteously earned. But I think if we gave him 30 minutes, he will take the 30 minutes. So I'm glad to flag him down and keep this program going. But I will say, I give him much credit for his message and perseverance. Because as I learned earlier today from the class, 15 months, I know you argue it's 15 months, fire department says 18 months. 18 months of a journey requires much perseverance. They have encountered COVID, they have encountered, to what they say, getting kicked out of the training academy, and much challenges ahead of them. But every single time they met it head on. So I'm very glad to be here this evening and persevering, staying on goal, and continuing to have that competitive advantage will continue to serve you all well. Before I take my 30 minutes, I will allow the next speaker to come up, which is Fire Chief Randall Slaughter.
Well, I tell you, it's always difficult to go behind Miss Shirley Ann Smith, and especially Dr. Kennedy. Dr. Kennedy is always teaching. Sometimes I tell him, Doc, I only got 10 minutes. If you can't teach me in 10 minutes, I don't want to learn it. Well, good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? Is it just me, or does this class look amazing? I would really be remiss if I did not start my remarks by thanking Bishop Nixon for opening up the house of the Lord tonight, as well as Elder Standiford and also Pearson Brewery for their tireless efforts in making sure we had the facility, the house of the Lord tonight. So thank you very much. There are not many days as exciting to a fire chief as when we get an opportunity to invite, welcome young firefighters into the profession. And so tonight, I get just that opportunity to do that. You are a very special group, 19-2. First such group to graduate in this type of environment, combination in person as well as virtual environment. I believe without beyond the shadow of a doubt, you may have broken the record by having the longest recruit class in this organization's history. Having said that, you have persevered. The city of Atlanta invested significantly in you, in your training, and your subsequent certifications. Now, I believe the citizens and visitors of our great city are about to see great dividends of service from that investment once you enter the field. There's an old African proverb that says, if you see a turtle on the fence post, rest assured he did not get there alone. And so you have had a lot of support along the way to get to this night, particularly from your family and close friends. So I would like for you to stand and acknowledge those family and friends at this time, whether they're here in person or joining us virtually. Let's give them a hand. And now, if you would, help me thank the training staff, led by Section Chief Carlos Barham, because they too have persevered to get you through to this night. Even in the midst of challenges with the facility, and I don't have to tell you all that story, even in the midst of, in some cases, being repurposed to those critical areas of the organization, and I don't have to tell them that story, they persevered to get you to this night. So training staff, Chief Barham, thank you very much. You have every chief officer and every civilian manager joining us tonight. To your left, you'll see the executive staff, the deputy and assistant chiefs. But you also have every battalion chief, every section chief, every civilian manager joining us virtually. So you have a lot of support. At this point, I would like to recognize other fire chiefs who may be in attendance. I think I saw you, Chief Sanders. Would you please stand? There you are. Welcome, brother. Good friend of mine, tremendous leader of Sandy Springs Fire Department. Any other fire chiefs in the house? I would like to recognize all fire service personnel, AFRD or otherwise, active or retired. Please stand. And now I would like to recognize my executive staff. And so I'll start with the executive staff from Field Operations, Chief Riley, Chief Harris, Chief McLemore, and Chief Johnson. Would you please stand? The Fiscal and Administration Division, Mrs. Dixon, Ms. Pickett Harding, Ms. Locke, would you please stand? She came solo tonight, huh? The EMS Division, Chief Gibbons and Chief Blackwell, would you please stand? The Airport Division, Chief Webb and Chief Brundage, would you please stand? Support Services Division, Chief Winfrey, Chief Hill, Chief Jackson, would you please stand? And Technical Services Division, Chief Smith, Chief Burton, and absent tonight, Chief Hurd, would you please stand? Thank you all so much for the tremendous job that you do day in, day out. I could not do this alone, and it's an honor to serve as your fire chief. Thank you all very much. You all met my second in command, Dr. Byron Kennedy. One more time, Doc. I want to speak to you briefly about what makes a great firefighter. As I was en route, I was thinking 30 years ago, I was sitting right there in your seats with a myriad of thoughts running through my head. Had my training adequately prepared me for what I was about to face? Where was I going? What was going to be my assignment? Would I fit in? Would I be accepted by my crew? And lastly, could I make a difference and create a service, a legacy of service for myself? Well, I want to share a few thoughts with you, 19-2, what I believe speak to behaviors that make a firefighter great. A good firefighter gets to work on time. A great firefighter gets to work 30 minutes early to check out their equipment, get debriefed by the outgoing crew. That's a great firefighter. A good firefighter stays current on policies, procedures, strategy, tactics, other knowledge, skills, and abilities germane to being a great firefighter, a good firefighter. A great firefighter ensures that those around him stay abreast of those policies and procedures. A good firefighter is physically fit when they enter the profession. A great firefighter is physically fit when they exit the profession. A good firefighter seeks help when it is needed. A great firefighter seeks help when it is needed, but also offers help when it is needed. A good firefighter holds those around him or her accountable. A great firefighter holds themselves accountable. A good firefighter speaks. Great firefighter speaks, but listens more. A good firefighter benefits from supportive families and friends. But great firefighters' families and friends benefit from them. And lastly, a good firefighter is grateful to be a part of the organization. Great firefighters' work makes the organization grateful to have them a part of it. 19-2, you have the opportunity, starting tomorrow, to go from good to great. All that you do, be courageous, but be safe. Congratulations and God bless you.
Thank you, Chief Slaughter. I know a lot of our firefighters here have come from near and far, some as far as California, some Connecticut, some next door in Florida. You all have come great lengths. But like Chief Slaughter said, Atlanta Fire Rescue Department is a place for great firefighters. You come here to be great, not just for the department, but also for your families and for your community. But what makes Atlanta Fire Rescue Department so great is also those first responders and those individuals that stand behind the fire department in times of need, but also in times to be innovative and to be strategic thinkers and to move the organization forward. One of those great, incredible leaders is not here, which is Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, but to speak on behalf of the mayor's office virtually is Chief Operating Officer Joshua Williams.
Thank you so much, Shirley Ann, and good evening to all of you. My name is Joshua Williams. I have the distinct honor of serving as the Chief Operating Officer here with the City of Atlanta. And I really want to just take this opportunity to welcome you tonight and thank you so much for joining us. On behalf of our mayor, I am truly proud to have this opportunity to serve the city, but more importantly, I'm even more thankful for the opportunity to serve alongside Chief Slaughter as well as the entire AFRD family, and welcome you all to tonight's ceremony. I want to take an opportunity to recognize the families as well as the friends who have joined us tonight, either virtually due to COVID or those who actually were able to make it in person, because it's very clear that your support and inspiration has really been the driving force as to how our graduates have been able to accomplish what they've accomplished over the last several months, given all the challenges that were already spoken to earlier. I just encourage you to continue to love them and continue to remind them as the days to come will get tough at times. to just remind them of the love that you have and the support that they have as they continue to answer the call to protect and serve our great city. Also notice as the camera was spanning there that we have many of our majors and chiefs as well as captains who have really served on the front lines during this COVID time. And I just want to thank you all for your leadership as you stood forward as an example to our graduates and you've prepared them for what's to come. It takes special qualities to do the job that is required as a firefighter and a first responder. And those qualities have manifested in tonight's graduates. So we thank you for that. These brave men and women will now begin this essential job of serving and protecting those in need throughout the city. And for that, the city of Atlanta celebrates each and every one of you. And we're so very proud of your accomplishments and look forward to great things to come from all of you. I wanted to just say those brief words on behalf of our Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms and thank all of you. And just know that you all are in our thoughts and prayers. And congratulations again. We salute each of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua Williams, for joining us virtually. We so appreciate his presence here tonight. I actually was a little bummed when the cameraman took the little comments away because one of the comments said, "Hey, cameraman, can you shoot my son all the way in the back of the room?" So maybe if I say that out louder more, we can get someone's son featured on the camera. But it just goes to show there was 190 people joining us virtually. Joshua Williams just spoke about the love that goes around and is creating these wonderful, great firefighters that will serve the city of Atlanta, one of the greatest cities in our great nation. So that is really an accomplishment for us. But no one knows that better than Section Chief Carlos Graham. He has been there for every step, kind of manipulating every movement and making sure that they get the best experience. Because the reality is, when they hit the field, it's game on. It's time to serve. And it is a lifetime of service. And whether on duty or off duty, you are still serving and still a representative of the great brand that has been entrusted upon you. So Chief Barnum, it is now your turn.
Thank you, Shirley Ann Smith. You're an asset to the Atlanta Fire Rescue Department and Atlanta Fire Rescue Foundation. You mean a lot to us. I have the honor and pleasure of introducing the training academy staff, but Chief Slaughter pretty much done my job, so I'm good. But I will take a brief moment to just address class 19-2. Do me a favor, take a deep breath, exhale. You did it. This is your night. We've never graduated a class during a pandemic, so that deserves a round of applause. I challenge you to stay safe. In the spirit of September, the health and wellness, stay mentally strong, physically strong, keep training, listen to your officer, never forget where you come from. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your family, the support of our training academy staff, and everybody that worked hard, dedicated to get you here at this moment. So I'm going to be brief. I'm not going to call the names. They're on the program. But if you're here with the recruitment team or the training academy staff, please stand. It's because of their hard work, dedication, and commitment, recruitment team, training team. It's because of them and then you. You never quit, you never tire. Never give up, never quit. Remember, stay strong. Remember faith, family, and fire. Thank you.
So it makes me laugh because we all know Chief Barham pretty well. And one of his famous quotes is, "Adapt and overcome." So I'm very surprised that he didn't say that today, because everywhere he goes, he always says, we gotta adapt and overcome. Chief Barham, thank you for your leadership. And talking about leadership, I have the distinct pleasure of recognizing Dr. Steele from Atlanta Technical College. If you talk about innovative, this fire department about a year ago started innovating and thinking of creative ways to continue our commitment to training and developing the greatest firefighters we could possibly have. And part of that included a partnership with Atlanta Technical College, where we are now also doing emergency medical certifications for the technicians. And so we are very proud to have Dr. Seals. If you don't see her on LinkedIn, she is a LinkedIn powerhouse. She is always so on point with her message. And so I'm very, very proud to have her here with us. And she has a word for our class 19-2 that she would like to share.
Good evening. Good evening. Congratulations, fire recruits. Congratulations, graduates. They prevent y'all from smiling. Well, I'm delighted to be with you this evening and to celebrate you and to congratulate you on your achievement. And don't worry, I love to smile, so I'm going to smile for all of you guys, okay? I'd like to also thank Fire Chief Slaughter and Dr. Kennedy for inviting me to speak this evening, as well as for the partnership, as was mentioned, with Atlanta Technical College. I'd also like to thank Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms for her support of our college and all the work that we're continuing to do to advance the city and our citizens. I'd also like to thank Captain Chapman. She and Mr. Corbett Davis on our team were instrumental in getting our partnership going, and so I'd like to thank her as well. Now, to this class of recruits, I congratulate you on making this investment in yourself, for taking this step to secure your future. I know that you put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, some that you probably would never tell your parents about, but it was part of the requirement. And I hope that today culminates in you knowing for sure that it was worth it, that it's been worth the investment. But just like everything else in life, I know you did not go it alone. So I implore you to join me in thanking your instructors, your family members, your friends, all of those who have supported you, who have believed in you. So I know you've done it before, but I'm going to ask you to do it again. Stand with me and say thank you to your family, friends, and supporters. So one of the things that I tell our team at the college, that it's always important to always say thank you, to remember to show appreciation for those who believe in you and for those who support you. For all of our graduates, raise your hand if you were the first in your family to earn a credential or to go to college. Any of you first in your family? Raise your hand if you were the first to get this fire certificate, be an EMT. Okay. Any of you the first firefighter in your family? Over half. That's awesome. So for the next couple of hours, I'm going to talk to you about what it means to be first. You guys are laughing, right? I don't have 2 hours. See, Dr. Kennedy, I'm not going to go for 30 minutes. I have 2 hours. But Oprah Winfrey said, there's no doing in the world without being first. Being first can be scary, but also exciting. Like you, like some of you, I was the first in my family to go to college. So that was scary. At the tender age of 17, my parents dropped me off at West End, Atlanta to go to Spelman College. And that was the first time I had ever left home. So it's one of the scariest times, but one of the most exciting times, because I got to meet new people. I got to learn things about all over the world and not just my little hometown. So being first can be very scary, but very exciting. Also, being first means being an innovator. In the words of poet Robert Frost, you have chosen a path less traveled, and that choice will make all the difference. You have the opportunity to determine the direction of your journey and to define your own success. So again, even as a first generation college student, I had the opportunity to forge my own path. Some of it I probably should have done differently, but a lot of it is exactly the right thing to do. And that's a journey that you're on right now, to forge your own success. Being first also means that your journey will impact others. Your path will lay the footprints for others to follow. Your work will be the inspiration that propels other people to make their dreams real. Now, as was mentioned with the partnership with Atlanta Technical College, the new recruits are looking at you guys and seeing what you've done over the last 18 months. And that's going to be an inspiration for them as they continue to forge their paths. You know, as a first generation college student, when I was in high school, the question was, are you going to go to college? Are you going to go straight to work? Because of the path that I forged for my nieces and nephews, that question became, where are you going to go to college? And it wasn't a question, it was automatic, because that was the expectation. I was the first in my family to even travel abroad, to get on an airplane. For some of you guys who've been in the city, that seems like not a big deal. For small town people, that's a big deal. But because of that, my nieces and nephews were traveling by the time they were 5 and 4 years old. So how you do the thing that you do when you're first really does make a difference. You know, of course, for you guys, your ultimate first is that you're now joining the ranks of first responders. When circumstances make most of us run away, you guys will be running towards it. You're the ones that we are waiting for to restore order, to ensure safety, and to save lives. No pressure. Not only have you answered the call, but you've done so during a time that is full of challenges and uncertainty. You guys know this little thing called a global pandemic that's going on? Economic uncertainty. We have social and political upheaval. What a time for you to be taking this step. But what an amazing immediate impact that you get to make as you do that. Each time you respond to a call, you will be reporting for just another day at work. But for those who call upon you, you will be making a critical difference in their lives and within our community. So I encourage you to focus on the pride and excitement that you feel today. And I know you are excited, even though I can't see it. I know it's in there. I saw a smile. But remember the determination that led to this moment. And let that fuel your commitment to service, your compassion for the people you serve, and your vision for excellence. The origins of the Atlanta Fire Rescue can be traced back to 1848. Did you guys know that? I had to do some research on it. And that the department was officially created by the Georgia General Assembly. But this 172-year legacy of being prepared, being steadfast, being courageous, being first, and you are now the next chapter in that history. So remember what it takes and what it means to be first, and the responsibilities associated with it. In the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., keep feeling the need of being first. Be the first to love. Be the first in moral excellence. And be the first in generosity. Many of you are natives of Atlanta and have a history with this city. You watched it as it grew, as it changed year by year, sometimes minute by minute. And some, like the rest of us, have moved to the city and have added to its growth. But we're now all one community, and we are the major characters in the story of our shared community. And as we know, every story has a hero. By definition, a hero is someone who is noted for feats of courage or nobility of purpose. The life experiences teaches us that we are individually the heroes of our own life stories. According to Eleanor Roosevelt, we do not have to become heroes overnight. Just a step at a time, meeting each thing that comes up, seeing it not as dreadful as it appeared, discovering that we have the strength to stare it down and to overcome it. You know, the world as we know it is continuing to change in front of us. And I think this year, 2020, is proof that life can be filled with unexpected happenings. This year, as we said, we've been hit by a global pandemic. I'm clearing my throat, but I promise you, I did not have COVID. But the global pandemic and also economic hard times, we have a lot of businesses and individuals that are challenged economically. And we mentioned with the socio and political upheaval and protests that we've endured. But as we speak, there's parts of the West Coast that are on fire. The polar ice cap is melting. The global warming is wreaking havoc on our climate, on our wildlife, and our natural resources. And I say all that not to depress you, but to let you know that right now, this is our story. And although it may seem like a tragedy, each of us as everyday heroes play a role in making sure that it ends happily ever after. Some of you have overcome tremendous obstacles to be here. And undoubtedly, you will encounter challenges of heroic proportions in your roles with Atlanta Fire Rescue. Every day will bring you face to face with new challenges and new dragons to slay. But you are ready. Chief Slaughter guarantees it. You are ready. And you are prepared to meet those challenges. You will meet them head on and you will slay those dragons. And you will contribute to the collective happily ever after for all of us. As I prepare to close, I want to share that at Atlanta Technical College, our success mantra is start strong, stay strong, finish strong. The strength of your start is evident in your graduation this evening. The mission and the vision of Atlanta Fire Rescue will ensure that you stay strong and that you finish each day strong and ready for the next. Now, honestly, some of those days will be harder than others. But as I close, I encourage you to repeat this mantra for every career step, for every situation, and every opportunity that life presents. Now, I don't know if it's against rules or not, Chief, but I'm gonna ask you to repeat it with me. Is that okay?
Chief Barker.
Chief Barker, I give a thumbs up. So, start strong.
Start strong.
Stay strong.
Stay strong.
Finish strong.
Finish strong.
To start strong means that you're going to decide and you're gonna make a list. You're gonna make a plan of what it is that you're approaching. Stay strong means that you're gonna work that plan. You're gonna do those steps. You're gonna do the things that what it takes to be successful. And finish strong means that you're gonna persevere and you're gonna achieve whatever you set out in terms of your goals. So I'm confident that you will continue, that you will start strong, stay strong, and finish strong at every step of whatever you decide to pursue in your life. I know that you can start strong each day and be stronger that day than you were the last. You can persevere through those tough times, and you can finish what you start stronger and better because you've done it. So again, it's my honor to share this occasion with you, and I know that you will have continued success. So best wishes, congratulations, and I'm very, very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shields, and I'm sure that these 24 recruits in front of you will start strong, stay strong, and finish strong. So families, once again, are you ready? That didn't sound confident enough. Are you ready? Okay, so this is the moment that our graduates have been waiting for. Arguably, it has been 15 months in the making, and the time has come for all of you to receive your station assignments and to be pinned as firefighter for the Atlanta Fire Rescue Department. Each recruit is receiving a certificate of completion of recruit training, their nameplates for their turnout coats, and their black firefighter helmet with their station shield. The orange P on the front of their helmets indicates that they're a probationary firefighter. This will help the company officers and senior members on the emergency scene recognize that they are our newest members. They will have this helmet shield for 6 months. And now it is the time for us to start. Families, get your phones ready.
Right, face. Oh.
Andrew Bent, Station 27, A shift. Christopher Barber, Station 10, C shift. Rashad Cooper, Station 1, B shift. Chandler Covert, Station 14, B shift. Troy Crouch, Station 2, B shift. Daniel Edwards, Station 6, A shift. Okay, families, I'm going to give you one moment. Will the family for the first 6 members please come down to pin your graduate? Please remember on your way down, there will be plenty of time for picture opportunities, so please pin your members so we can go back to our next 6 graduates. You may now come down. We're having some technical difficulties up here. Family and friends, please make your way back here. Okay, families, are we still ready? Okay.
Right, ready? March.
So a little bit about their station assignments. They know that we hold this book close to our hearts. And in fact, maybe Chief Slaughter, I shouldn't be sharing this. Yesterday evening, I started receiving phone calls from stations telling me, do you know who's going to what station? We do not reveal this until this evening. So they are the ones hearing it for the very first time in front of anybody in the fire department. Okay, next up, Donald Golger, Station 22, A shift. Woody Jacques, Station 15, A shift. Zachary Caliper, Station 34, B shift. Evan Knox, Station 13, A shift. Matthew Cocott, Station 1, C shift. Luke LeBrush, Station 28, A shift. Will the families for these 6 members please get ready and start making their way down? Come down.
Right, face. Forward. Right face. Forward.
Matthew Lindahl, Station 34, C shift. Marlon Marcel, Station 28, B shift. Zachary Martin, Station 11, A shift. Imani Moore, Station 18, B shift. Charles Nichols, Station 26, C shift. David No, the third, Station 9, A shift. Can the family of these 6 graduates please make their way down?
Right base. Wow.
Yusuf Oda, Station 27, C shift. Aloysius Robinson, Station 10, C shift. Tyler Ross, Station 14, A shift. Jonathan Sanders, Station 28, C shift. Terrence Williams, Station 5, B shift. Paul Young, Station 30, C shift. Will the family members for these 6 graduates please make their way down?
Right base. Wow.
I would now like to invite our Chief Randall Slaughter back to the front to make the important piece of today's ceremony, which is the swearing in and the oath for tonight's firefighters.
Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Shirley Ann,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I shall perform the duties of the position
that I shall perform the duties of the position
to which I have been appointed
to which I have been appointed
and or any other position
and or any other position
to which I may hereafter be appointed
to which I may hereafter be appointed
or elected
or elected
in the government of of the city of Atlanta
and the government of the city of Atlanta
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I shall not abide by
I shall not abide
and be governed by
by and be governed by
the rules and regulations
the rules and regulations
of the Atlanta Fire Rescue Department
of the Atlanta Fire Rescue Department
and such other directives
and such other directives
and procedures
and procedures
issued by competent authority.
issued by competent authority.
I further solemnly swear and affirm
I further solemnly swear and affirm
that I am not a member of
that I am not a member of
any political party
any political party
or organization
or organization
that advocates anarchy,
that advocates anarchy,
disruption,
disruption,
or overthrow of the government
or overthrow of the government
or the democratic process
or the democratic process
of the government of the United States
of the government of the United States
or the state of Georgia,
or the state of Georgia,
and will not lend
and will not lend
my aid,
my aid,
my support,
my support,
my advice,
my advice,
my counsel,
my counsel,
nor my influence
nor my influence
to the teachings
to the teachings
or activity
or activities
of any such political party
of any such political party
or organization.
or organization.
As an appointed official with the city of Atlanta and the senior fire official in this city, I now declare you sworn members of the Atlanta Fire Rescue Department.
Families, you may now be seated.
Mission. The Atlanta Fire Rescue Department provides prompt quality service to our stakeholders that promotes safety and well-being, enhance sustainability, and enrich the quality of life through professional development and dedication to service. Atlanta Fire Rescue strives for excellence in emergency preparedness and response to enhance our customer focus, innovative role as industry leaders while overcoming expanding risks. Innovative, inclusive, committed, courageous, excellence, ethical, professional, transparent.
Families, please, one more round of applause. And be seated. I would now like to invite to the front recruit class president for class 19-2, Christopher Barber, to deliver his special remarks for the class.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. First, I would like to thank the church for allowing us to be here. Mayor Bottoms, Chief Randall Slaughter, First Deputy Chief Kennedy, Chief of Training Chief Barham, for allowing us to do this in this grave time, this really troubling time. And right from my heart, we're in the house of the Lord. I want to thank God right now for this opportunity. Tonight represents the culmination of the hard work, the blood, the sweat, the broken body parts, the high rises till we couldn't think straight. Sergeant McDuffie calling us ugly, and us not being able to say anything about it. Well, you can say something now. You can come back. Tonight represents the culmination of all that hard work that we put in. 19-2 may be the most diverse class AFRD has ever seen. We have a Division I basketball player, a professional rugby player, powerlifters. We have Marines, Army vets, Air Force vets. We have every creed and religion you can think of in this class. Our training has prepared us for what we'll see in the field. I truly believe that. Our training has prepared us for the night that we'll be sleeping. And that tone comes through the speakers. And we have to be ready for it, whatever is out there, whether it be fire or having to save someone's life using our EMS training. Family, we thank you for supporting us. Thank you for sticking with us through those long nights, those early mornings, those frustrating times when we couldn't just get it right. We thank you for supporting us. We thank you for all that. 19-2, thank you for letting me serve as your president. Evan Knox, our vice president, would you stand up? Please give him a hand. Evan Knox was vital for us being here today. A vital call. Without him, I don't think we make it. I thank him again for being a servant of leadership. And now, I pledge to Atlanta that we, as 19-2, will be dedicated to service, committed to doing what we can for you in every way, committed to this city. We love this city. We will show you our love. We have your back. John.
Who's got my back? I got your back. Who's got my back? I got your back. Who's got my back? I got your back. 19-2. 19-2.
Again, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for allowing us to spend this moment. We thought it would come, honestly. 15 months and now 18 months. And we thought it may be longer when COVID dropped. But through it all, we persevered. We changed the game. Lieutenant Hogan nicknamed us the game changers. And we definitely changed the game. Training will never be the same after this class. And we set a new tone. 19-2, congratulations.
We're almost done, families, I promise. Congratulations to Barbara as class president, to the rest of 19-2. And I keep hearing people say, I wish we could just erase 2020. What happens in 2020 is exactly what we needed. Time to spend time with each other, to be at home, to have our loved ones close to us, to reflect on really what we need to be doing, to rearrange some priorities, and to honestly focus on the details of training for these young men and women. I don't think we need to erase 2020. We need to really take in 2020 for what it has given us, because it has given us 24 amazing firefighters who will be hitting the field tomorrow. So congratulations to all of you. But I have one more speaker this evening, Chief Webb, if you could please introduce the Firefighter Challenge.
Good evening. Good evening, sir. I promise you all, it's almost over. So this evening, first of all, again, I would just like to say congratulations, 19 last year. So during the course of the evening, we've had some tremendous speakers that gave you all some very important nuggets. You were paying attention to what they were saying. First, I'm gonna start off with what our City of Atlanta Chief Operating Officer expressed to you all. First, he expressed happiness for allowing you all this opportunity to congratulate you all firsthand on being a part of the AFRD family and how exciting he and the administration is about having you to serve our great city. Truly an honor, as I have served almost 31 years in our city. Our second speaker, First Deputy Kennedy. Chief Kennedy gave you all the challenge of recognizing the commandments, essentially a roadmap for you all. Remember the commandments that he gave you. The next speaker was our Fire Chief, Slaughter. He talked about being not a good firefighter, but what it takes to be a great firefighter. That's what we're looking for. Then our next speaker was President Seals. What did she talk about? She talked about being number one, a first in doing things. And she ended that with staying strong. But she said, start strong. And then she also said, stay strong. And lastly, finish strong. So what's my message this evening? It's about leadership. Why am I talking to you all about leadership? You all are new firefighters, but it's important to understand leadership. Everyone has a leader built inside of them that's itching to come out if we understand how powerful of what type of leader we have on the inside of us. So, leadership today is about offering an answer to the great challenge of inspiring people. Mahatma Gandhi said, I suppose leadership at one time meant muscles, but today it means getting along with people. As a leader, you must know how to encourage, motivate, and involve your team in the achievement of common goals. Let me tell you a little bit about teams. You all are getting ready to be a part of 36 teams. We have 36 fire stations in our organization. And each one of you all will be a part of one of those teams. So being a part of that team, that means that you're the new kid on the block. You have to make yourself and earn your spot on that team. You all have been properly trained and you all are equipped to enhance that team. Key word, enhance that team. So the first thing, it starts with yourself. Leaders feel that true inspirations begin within themselves internally. You first have to analyze yourself and understand your own motivation to share your energy and visions with the other members on your team. That's important. You all are going to be living together, eating together,
sleeping together, working together when that alarm rings. So it's important that you build that team cohesiveness. Motivate positively. The second step toward getting to inspire a whole team is to do it in a positive light. Change your way of thinking, understanding the value of your team, congratulating them on their small achievement, finding something to celebrate with them about. 3, share information. That's important. You're coming out of recruit school, you all have some of the latest tactics, skills, information that you can share within your team that you are embarking on. Share with your team circumstances, challenges, and opportunities you have. Share with them valuable information that will inspire them to work with you as a new member of their team. Next, be an example. Watch your actions so you can set an example as a future leader and transmit positive value to your team. It's important. You have to work with them as they have to work with you, because they will be watching you as you are the newest member on their team. Take care of your workplace. Make the stations where you spend so many hours together with your team to be an appropriate and well-conditioned place. It's going to be important that you all understand each other and work together. Where creating a fostered and your team members feel comfortable around you. Share and divide responsibilities. As a leader, you have a special responsibility within the team. Contribute to the achievement of common goals. When you get in that fire station, you're going to be asked to do a lot of things that you probably haven't been asked to do before. You're going to be tasked with things that you probably never been tasked with before. Protect individuals on your team. People who are part of your team are not all the same. And I like that you and your team has a well-diverse setting and that you all together for 18 months. Choose the right person for the job. It's important to carefully choose the right person for the job on your team to help achieve your goals, since not everyone has the same skill set. So what does that mean as a new firefighter, choosing the right person? You have a lot to learn. Learn your teammate. Make sure you recognize strengths and weaknesses of your team, and you gravitate to both strengths and weaknesses so you can learn, so that you can be strong. Because as a team, you're just as strong as your weakest link. Therefore, gel together so that that weak link can no longer be weak, it can be strong. And lastly, organize brainstorming sessions. Organize meetings to share views and generate new opinions that might bring improvements to your whole team. That's important. You as a new member of the team, you have a voice. You have a voice. And what does that mean? Utilize your voice in a proper way when it's time to be heard. But it's key to listen as a new member on your team. Congratulations, 19-2, and we look forward to seeing you in the field.
Okay, families, one last round of applause. Before I bring up Chaplain for the benediction for this evening, on behalf of the fire chief and his executive staff, we would like to welcome you to take an individually catered meal, COVID-19, with you that will be set up at the table outside right at the tent. There are also photo opportunities outside where you can take pictures in front of the fire apparatus. Chaplain Johns, if you can please close us out.
May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious unto you. May he be with you as you leave this place, but ever his presence. May you draw near to him at all times, and in all of your ways, acknowledge him. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
We are adjourned. Have a wonderful evening and be safe.
Thank you.